vegetables. You can still eat a lot if you are eating foods low in calories and high in volume. Vegetables are a great way to add bulk to your meal without the fat making calories. Balance your eating during the day. Do you eat very little during the day only to overeat at dinner and into the evening? You can answer that if you want. Start your day with a hearty breakfast, and research shows you will eat fewer calories during the rest of the day. Use your eyes to your advantage. Research shows that we tend to determine our portion sizes by the size of our plate. Therefore, you eat less and feel every bite as satisfied if you eat your meals on a smaller plate. Your portion sizes will naturally go down. Next, there's peer pressure, which has a positive and a negative to it. The very most important concept in peer pressure is self-esteem. As parents, members, and friends and family, we must try to build and use self-esteem through many situations where they feel pressured into doing something they rather not do. Peer pressure is more than just a phase that young people go through. Whether it leads to dying hair, piercing your body, it's very powerful in reality. Many adults also face it too, so do not feel that you are an exception. It can be a negative force in the lives of children and adolescents, often resulting in their experimentation with tobacco, alcohol, and illegal drugs. Parents often believe that the children do not value their opinions. Well, in reality, they do. Your opinions are the most things that they remember as they go out through life. Though they may stray here and there, your opinions do matter. So keep that in mind. Teach young people how to refuse offers for cigarettes, alcohol, drugs. Making children comfortable with what they say goes a long way. For instance, shy children and adolescents might be comfortable saying, "No thanks, I have to go." While those who are more outgoing might say something like, "Forget it, no way." No matter what approach parents choose, it is important for them to role-play peer pressure situations with their children. Concerns that many parents have include the amount of time young people spend with friends. Young people often spend all day with their friends, and when they come home, it's on the internet or on the phone with those same friends. Where is the family value in that? Losing their influence. Even though the information they get isn't always correct, young people often seek the views and advice of their peers before their parents. This is particularly so for things that are sensitive or embarrassing, which they are scared their parents won't approve of. It could be things like smoking, drinking, alcohol, using drugs, or even having sex. If you are used to them coming to you for advice, it can feel like your views are not important to them anymore. A peer group making them do things they don't want to do. Nowadays, you see that the most things kids are doing are negative aspects. You rarely see kids trying to achieve for goals that are positive, which are like in schools, not the social norm. Young people not saying no. Even adults find it hard to go against their peer groups. Studies show that 1 in 3 adults speak out when they are not happy with something in their peer groups. A young person is more able to say no if they are confident and have more than one group of friends. Young people giving up family values is still the most important thing, as you heard me say. Young people are exploring values of friends and role models, as well as developing values from their own independent thinking. So remember, your influence and opinions do matter. For a while, it may seem they have thrown out your important values you taught them, but they are really just testing these values out. In the end, they will form their own individual identity and take on values from a mix of all they have learned. The most important thing, as I stated, is nurturing strong self-esteem. Keep communicating. Listen to your young person's point of view and ask them to listen to yours. Let them know who you are there for support, whatever happens. Understand the benefits of peer groups, how to encourage positive involvement, and how to reduce any negatives. Support your young person to understand the values that are important for them when making choices. Get to know friends and make them feel welcome in your home. Have clear house rules for when friends are hanging out at your house. Agree on a way that works for the whole family for phones and the internet. Remember, we are all in peer groups. It can be hard to go against a peer group, even for adults who have much more confidence. Last but not least, sexual promiscuity. The topic of sexuality and adolescence often make parents and teenagers uncomfortable. Anyone would be, am I right? It can be difficult for some parents even to broach the subject of sexuality. Even more difficult should the parents expect their child is sexually promiscuous. Few parents want to confront the issues of sexual promiscuity or inappropriate sexual behavior in their children, yet avoiding such behaviors is even worse. Not only does sexual activity cause serious health risks to your child, it can damage self-esteem and emotional health of a developing adolescent. Teenagers often partake in risk-taking behaviors. This seems to be a common theme among adolescents, but it can become a serious issue in troubled adolescents. Sex may become an outlet for struggling teen frustrations. Much in the same way, drugs and alcohol serve as an outlet. In this way, sex becomes a drug, a way to escape feelings and emotional confusion. However, as with any drug, there is a backlash. A teenager who is acting out sexually will begin to feel a diminished sense of value and self-esteem. Again, nurture strong self-esteem. In some cases, sex can be used as a weapon. Some adolescents may feel that having sex is a way of being free, or saying to your parents, "I'm my own boss." Allowing a young person to continue to see sex in such an emotional, immature, and self-destructive manner can lead to long-term problems with intimate relationships, as well as a child's physical health. HIV and AIDS, sexually transmitted diseases, and cervical cancer have all been linked to sexual behavior. The threats of sexual promiscuity to an adolescent's health are enough to warrant an intervention should you suspect your child is acting out in a sexual manner. Practicing to stay away from sex is very important. As Allison said, abstinence is the easiest way. The benefits of abstinence are freedom from out-of-wedlock pregnancy, freedom from sexually transmitted diseases, freedom from the bother and dangers of pills, IUDs, or other contraceptives, freedom from the pressure to marry before you're ready, the freedom from abortion, freedom from the trauma of having to give your baby up for adoption, freedom from exploitation of others, freedom from guilt, doubt, disappointment, worry, and rejection, freedom to be in control of your life, freedom to experience fuller communication in relationships, freedom to focus energy on establishing and realizing the life goals that you set for yourselves, freedom to develop respect for yourself, freedom to develop unselfish sensitivity, freedom to have greater trust in marriage, freedom to enjoy being a teenager, young person, and of course, a healthy citizen. Amen. As you all sit there and listen to all these facts, statistics, and issues that are facing our youths, don't let it ever cross your mind that God has forgotten you. He's left us a manual that you can follow, with particular verses that I've chosen that I'd like you to follow along with me. First, for depression, you can turn to Isaiah 40, 30-31. Isaiah 40, 30-31. It says, "Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the youth men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint." Whenever you feel pressured, turn to Romans 12:2.